Welcome back to TheChowTimePod. It's your host, Red. Got a video today from Peace World. Her car broke down. She wanted a man to help. But it's soft guy era, guys. Please like, subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. That's good. Ciao. It's Chow Time.
70% are women that are initiating divorces in this country. I don't think the old statistics, I don't think that's how we think of it, you know?
No, we tend to think of divorce as like an older man, like leaving his, wife for a younger woman. And
that's what they always lie about.
Really women are breaking, and they're breaking, when you look at the statistics, they're breaking because of household chores, inequality, because they're being held back in their careers, because men add 7 hours of domestic labor a week to a woman's life, and a woman takes away
and women we add 40 to 50 to 60 hours of actual money labor to the relationship. Do you guys not calculate that?
3 hours from his life, and that's adding hours that he's not doing. So these little inequalities add up, and I think especially since pandemic, women are just breaking and they want another way out and another way to live.
I like the title of this book because it's so jarring in a way, that how I left and I started my life as opposed to I started my life by getting married. That's the idea. You get married and start a whole new life. And for so many people, let's just say for millions of people, happily married and do that. But the idea of starting a brand new life and it be a great beginning isn't part of the divorce narrative.
No, it really isn't. We tend to see divorce as an ending, but for me it was a beginning. I was suddenly able to have a career because I was because with divorce I got 50-50 custody, which turned out that's how I got equality in my marriage. And then all of a sudden I had time. I had time to write. I've written 2 other books.
So you didn't want to be a mother or a wife. That's pretty much what it was. So why did you get married and have kids in the first place?
Written for lots of other places, and I was able to do all of that because of the equality that I got through.
If you're marrying a modern woman, you must be out of your mind. Okay, you really, really do. These women don't prioritize their relationships like they prioritize their careers. Let me tell you this. If you want to get into a situation, if you want to get into a relationship where the work in the house is divided equally, guess what you do? Guess, it's crazy. Mental. You have the conversation before you even move in. Maybe you set a schedule for who does who does. But people don't do this. They find someone, they meet them, they like them, they move in. No planning. And then you get into a relationship, you get into a marriage, and oh my God, I'm doing all the work. But you could have prevented this. These are literally just conversations that people are not having. Oh my God, a man at 7 hours.
Even conversations is, do we want kids? Should we wear protection and not have kids? Fresh,
A week to a woman's. It's so an hour a day. Oh my goodness, it's so difficult. Give me a fucking break. Before I ever move in with a woman, we're going to have a conversation about bills. Who's paying what? Okay, we're gonna have a conversation about chores. We're gonna have a schedule. Might even put it up on a fridge of who does what when. There's never gonna be a situation where my woman's nagging me to take the bins out. You know why? Because bins go out on Wednesday.
A lot of y'all dudes need to stop trying to play it off and just admit it. A lot of y'all dudes really do want a man. Because I be seeing, dudes getting online talk about how they in they soft boy era and they want to be taken care of and they want dates and they want flowers. Why as a man do you want somebody to spoil you? As a man, it should make you feel good to provide, to do for your woman.
Broke.
She loves me. She obviously loves me, y'all. She's been in my old videos and my comments before. But one thing I realize is women really hate men that know their worth. On some real, I'm not even joking. When we stand on business, women hate that.
They do.
They truly do. These women don't want real men. These women want men that they can control. They want men that are insecure and will do whatever they say.
Pretty much.
They just want a man, a little puppy dog. They want a man that they can control. And once they see a man isn't going for that, they run away. They just run away. So yeah, we want women that'll show love back and that will give back, that'll reciprocate our energy. We're not gonna sit here and get used. This is not the old days. It's either step up or get left. We are in our soft guy era. We're not going for this no more. Y'all better step it up because we're not playing. She said as a man, it should feel good to provide for a woman. No, it does not feel good being used. It does not. It doesn't feel
good to feel like a sucker. That's what a lot of men feel like when they date. They feel like a fucking sucker. That they've been had. They've been tricked. They've been duped. Why? Because they have to jump through all of these hoops, take you out to all of these things where Chad, Tyrone, Pookie probably hit it like a week ago. That's what men are really kind of upset about.
Feel good paying all the bills yourself, handling everything yourself. It does not feel good. That actually leaves a lot of men stressed out and unappreciated. But you want to know what actually feels good? A woman that respects you and reciprocates energy. That's what feels good.
I need to know this. Who's a provider and who wants to go 50-50? And why? Are the provider men providers because they just make more money and they live a different reality? Or is it because how you guys grew up, your background, etc., your culture? Let me know down in the comment section below. Well, this guy is absolutely right. And I've said this on multiple occasions on this channel. Men who think like us, and not all of us think the same.
True.
Some of us are more hardcore, more extreme, more, they hold women accountable to a higher level. But men who think like us generally are a minority. Most men have no standards.
Yeah.
They don't care about nothing. Not her body count, not her attitude, nothing. Does she look good? Can I get her? That's all that matters to a lot of men. So when they see men who do have standards, when they see men who do have boundaries, they get upset, which is why they shame us. Me personally, I wouldn't classify myself as a 50-50 guy. But I get it because it's logical. It's logical. There's no logical argument against 50-50. It always has to go back to something else.
Yes.
In terms of, it's just how I feel, my culture, whatever the case is. But in this economy, 50-50 or some variation of 50-50 makes the most sense. But because these women aren't logical, right? Because they're emotional, they will shame these men. They'll call them, they'll say, oh, they want to date other guys.
I talk about this particular incident all the time. Girl I'm dating, her rent $1,850, my rent $700. I told her, I just play around with her. Hey, what if I moved you in? Would you pay 50-50? $350 for the rent. She said no, because you should be paying the rent. It's your duty. And I was like, oh, so you would rather me pay for everything than you actually get a new place that you make $1,500 savings? And she paused, thought about it, and then changed her answer. But you already fucked up. I already know how your internal thoughts work. I already know where you're headed. You want to be fully taken care of, even though it makes so much sense for you to pay 50-50 with me on my rent than to actually pay your own rent. That's how dumb women are when it comes to the 50-50 thing.
They'll call them sassy. They'll call them whatever the case is. But in reality, they're just holding you to the standard that you hold yourself. You're an independent queen, right? You don't need a man, right? Oh, okay. Well, if we get together, act accordingly. Act like you don't need me. Because I'm not going to be there to carry you in this relationship.
I'm quite literally rolling around in horse shit. Trying to get
this is giving me the ick.
All right.
I'm getting the ick right now.
I don't want to talk about it.
You're crying.
I'm trying to get this off.
Watching you prop up this phone, then record yourself cry and struggle as a woman. You just gave me the ick. You just gave me the ickiest ick of my life. Like,
I need a screwdriver.
you got a pair.
Where someone would
I just can't take it. I can't. It just pissed me off. I just got the ick, bro. And then a man comes out of nowhere and swoops in and saves you. As a man, how dare you have that man get on the ground with you and come help you out? But on a serious note, these are the same women that claim they don't need a man. We don't need men. We don't need you, man. I'm independent.
I keep it real with you guys, man. I might have been a part of this soft guy era without even knowing, because if a car breaks down, I am absolutely useless. Okay, you got AAA. You got to break down. Come on. She looked at me. I'm like, what do you want me to do? I mean, you could take my phone to call AAA. I was like, I don't know. Okay, I don't know nothing about cars. I'm not gonna lie though. As a woman,
Well, I mean, nowadays, especially newer cars are so advanced. Even if you knew stuff about cars, the stupid technology that's in it is what fucks it up mostly, not the actual mechanicals.
setting up your camera and then crying, putting on this performance. It's a bit pathetic. You should have the emotional stability to, not only the emotional stability, you should have the money in your bank account, because that's the most important thing as a woman. To compose yourself, call AAA, call breakdown coverage, and just chill in the car and get this done. You shouldn't even have to rely on a man to come and save you out in a situation like this, because you as a boss babe should be able to get this done. But to me, this is giving broke. The fact that you had to do this yourself is giving broke. Drizzle.
Talk about the trauma of having a pick-me mother. And when I say a pick-me mother, I mean a mom who will seek male validation or the approval of men over the safety of their children.
If you want to watch that whole video, I'm going to tag the original creator down below. But I came across this TikTok and I definitely wanted to talk about it because I too have a pick-me mother. One of the craziest things about having a mom like this is that she didn't just choose men over us and that was it. She just chose men. It was so much bigger than that. When I was 14 in the year of 2012, my mom randomly decided that she was going to go on a girls' trip to the Bahamas for 2 weeks in October.
How is that a pick-me? That sounds like a for the streets mom.
And she would come back the day after my 15th birthday. My dad encouraged her to go have fun with her girlfriends, go on this trip. And on the day of my 15th birthday, it was on a weekend, so I slept over at one of my friends' houses that weekend. I woke up on the day of my birthday. I was scrolling through Facebook to see all the happy birthday wishes. And I came across these photos that my mom had posted from her girls' trip. So naturally, I'm scrolling through and I'm like, oh my goodness, mom looks so pretty. She looks like she's having so much fun. And then I come across these photos of this man that I've never seen before. And then I see this ring that she has on her left-hand ring finger, and it wasn't the ring that my dad gave her when they got married. So naturally, I'm curious, and I message her, and hey, mom, are you still coming home tomorrow? I miss you. And she was like, oh, I might not. I think there's a delay for my flight, whatever. I'll let you guys know. That was the first red flag. And then I decided to confront her and was like, who's that man in those photos that you posted? And she was like, what man? I'm like, the man in the photos where you're wearing a ring and your name is written in a chocolate sauce dessert. Who is that person? And she tries to play it off like it's a man at the restaurant, someone who worked there. She didn't know who it was. And I wasn't buying it. I was 15, but I wasn't stupid. So fast forward the next day after my 15th birthday, me, my brother, my sister, and my dad all go to my little brother's football game. And my brother's dad was there too. And it was chilly that day because it was the fall, and me and my...
How is she a pick-me? She already has 2 different baby daddies from what your story is. What the hell are you talking about? This woman is for the streets. She has multiple baby daddies, and she's going out on girls' trips and then getting married on a girls' trip? How is this a pick-me? Do you guys even know what a pick-me is? What the fuck?
My sister was sitting in the car with my dad while my brother's dad was watching him play football. And out of nowhere, my dad gets out of the car and is screaming and crying. He takes off his hat, he throws it on the ground, and he is just in such distress. And this is all happening at my little brother's football game. So there's a bunch of 9-10-year-olds playing football. There's a bunch of families around, and my dad is screaming, hysterically crying. The first thing that runs through my head is, oh my God, something happened to mom. The plane crashed. she's not alive anymore. And he wouldn't tell us what was wrong. Fast forward later into the week, like 4 or 5 days have gone by since mom was supposed to return home, and we've still heard nothing. We have no idea where she is, what has happened. And on a random Wednesday morning, my dad calls me, my siblings, into his bedroom, and he's like, your mother's on the phone, I want to speak to you. And we were like, what? So we go into the bedroom, he gives us the phone, and she tells us, I'm not coming home. And we were all silent. We were like, what do you mean you're not coming home? And she goes, I'm in Turkey, I'm not coming home. Turkey? I thought you were in the Bahamas. So it turns out my mom never went on a girls' trip, and she was never in the Bahamas. She was in Turkey the whole time to meet with this man who she was talking to on Facebook, and she wanted to see if it was worth like actually pursuing a relationship and leaving her whole family, and that's exactly what she did. She was gone for 3.5 years. We ended up losing everything. We were homeless. Me and my siblings got split apart. We went into the system. I didn't get to see my siblings for like those 3.5 years that she was gone. And sadly, that wasn't the first or the last time that my mom had made the decision to choose men over her kids. Like, I have another crazy story if you want to hear it, and it involves her literally going to prison and ending up on news headlines because she chose a man over her family again. But yeah, that's what happens when you have a pick-me parent, specifically a pick-me mom who chooses men over her kids. And the kicker is she tells us to this day that we need to get over what happened, that she's sorry, and she doesn't think she's a bad mom. Yeah. Gaslighting, manipulative, narcissist at his finest.
Maybe it's just me, okay? But in my opinion, this video kind of goes to show how any type of woman that these women don't like, they just label them a pick-me. Because to me, this just sounds like a terrible person. If she's a pick-me, why didn't she pick her husband? Why didn't she pick your father?
Right?
If she's a pick-me. She's just a bad person. She left her kids for to go and live some fairy tale life. She's just a bad person. This isn't a pick-me. This is a terrible mother. Maybe it's just me.
This is embarrassing for black men. Well, fuck it. I'll hop in then, and I'll say the same thing. I am in my soft guy era. Now it's embarrassing for all men.
Yeah!
Our standard the exact same way that you have a standard for us.
Fuck she talk about, Owen. Fuck she talk about. Listen, this is what MLK died for. Unity. To come together. Look, us soft era guys, we come in all shades. All shades, all sizes, whatever these hoes want, we got it. We got it. White, black, Arab, Chinese, whatever you need.
Cambodian.
And we get the money. She talking about the soft guy era is embarrassing for black men. Baby girl, this is not embarrassing for nobody. This isn't embarrassing for anyone. But if you're hating, it's embarrassing for you because we don't give a fuck.
It's embarrassing for the women that can't afford us. That's what's embarrassing. The women that are broke, dusty, musty, crusty, think they didn't get men like us? Oh, audacity.
Let me put my fit on. Because once this merch comes in, they gonna really be hating us. They gonna really hate us. And all we gonna do is turn our backs to them. That's all we're gonna do. Bitch, read me.
New cut? Who this?
I'm gonna start and go get something to eat from McDonald's.
McDonald's?
Yeah.
I just got $100 haircut. Do I look like a McDonald's nigga?
You better take him to Capitol Grill.
I don't even know my name no more. They keep calling me handsome.
Well, handsome of that dick over.
For free?
What?
Oh, no.
I just got $100 haircut. Do I look like a horny nigga?
Self-respect.
Say, man.
That man probably paid for his haircut by himself. What does he look like? Disrespecting his body for someone that didn't see his value. We are in the soft guy era. If you are not paying for a haircut, you do not get access to me. And McDonald's, fast food,
right?
Into this temple? You
better at least be Chick-fil-A.
Once again, we are requiring the best. And if you can't meet those standards and or your pockets do not come to the right caliber,
you're just a dusty, crusty, musty old girl.
Because it's not going to work.
By the way, I will be purchasing one of these hoodies, okay? I can't wait. I can't wait.
Shout outs to Peas World. Come on, guys. Soft guy era. Know your worth. Get your worth, men. Get taken care of. Get that bag. Drizzle, drizzle. Please subscribe down below. I really appreciate that. And I'll catch you guys next time. Ciao.